Hi, writers. So we are going to pick up where you left off with Mrs. Peters last week in your Being a Writer book, the student practice book, okay? We are going to keep plugging away and keep getting totally prepared for what we might see on Whistle, right? All right, so let's do this because you guys are going to rock that test. You're going to be so ready and you are going to do amazing. I can't wait. Go ahead and turn to page 109. In our Being a Writer book, 109. So like you practiced last week, and this should look familiar to you already, each question up top or each number or sentence up top matches with the question down at the bottom. So the best strategy is to just plug them in to see which one makes the most sense. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Kai is flying to California next week to see his cousins, cousin or cousins apostrophe S, Dave and Dan. Okay, well, this one's a little tricky because it's all the same word. It's just adding something. So let's think about what we know and which ones maybe we can eliminate. Okay, well, right away when I see Dave and Dan, I know that's how many cousins? 2. So cousin wouldn't be right because it's talking about more than one. So you can eliminate on the test, you can cross off or put a little X next to it. But do not ever cross off the A, B, C, D, just the word. That's why an X might be a better choice. All right, so then we have 2 cousins. We have a cousin with just the S and a cousin with an apostrophe S. I am so glad I get to do this one with you because we talked about plural and possessive, right? So which one would it be? Is flying next week to see his cousins. Does he own his cousins? Or is it referring to more than one? Which one do you think? Cousins, because there's more than one. And remember, you can write it in here, but you don't have to. On the test, you're not going to need to do that, and it actually takes up a little bit more time. So focus on just working on the problems. All right, number 2, let's read it. It is Dave's birthday, but Kai will join the boys and their parents for vacation, and Kai will join the boys, or since Kai will join the boys. Which one do you think makes the most sense? And. Okay, now this is where it gets a little tricky because we still have to plug in, but it's on the next page. Okay, so we'll have to do a little bit of turning. Okay, so we have stay, stayed, and will stay for number 3. So let's go ahead and look at number 3. They stay at a campground near the beach. They will stay at a campground near the beach, or they stayed at a campground near the beach. Which one do you think it is? Stay, stayed, or will stay? What do you think? Go ahead and circle your answer. Take a minute and plug it in if you need to. But I know that this hasn't happened yet, so that's helping me eliminate some. Stayed means past tense, so I know that's not going to work out. And then if I plug it in, they stay at or they will stay at. Which one makes more sense? Will stay at. Okay? Which word for number 4? So, here we've got those cousins again. We've got, let's take a minute and look at that. We've got plural. We've got possessive plural, and then just possessive. So let's see which one makes the most sense. You know what I'm going to do is so that I don't have to, I'm going to tear this out. So give me 1 minute. You can be plugging it in while I'm making it easier for you guys to see. I'm going to put my book over here. All right. So our choices are cousins, which apostrophe or no apostrophe, which one are we going to use? Number 4. Kai always has a good time with his cousin's family. All right. How many cousins does he have? He has 2. So we know that's what? Plural, more than one. But does the family belong to the cousins? So it should look like this. Is that what you were thinking? If you were, kiss your brain. So then what choice was that? That would be B. All right. Number 5. Which is the correct way to write sentence 5? All right, so let's take a minute and look at sentence 5. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth. Dave sent me his address so we can mail his present, Kai told his mom. Oh, he's telling, so it's got to have what? Quotation marks, right? So let's see. Dave sent me his address so he can mail his present, Kai told his mom. Do we put a period there? Dave sent me his address so we can mail his present, Kai told his mom. Did Kai tell his mom? Do we add that part? No. So we know that one's not right. And what did they do different here? So the other choice is correct. So let's look at what it is and let's see, what did they do differently? Dave sent me his address so he can mail his present. Oh. Do we want to keep a comma or do we want to put the period? We will just leave it. We want to keep the comma, okay? All right. Which word would correctly complete sentence 6? Reply, replied, or replied? So notice here how they have 2 different spellings. All right, let's plug it in. He replied to my email. Does that make sense? No. Cross it off. All right, so we know it's going to be one of these replied. Do you know the rule when you add an ED? You change the Y to an I and add ED. This is how you would spell that one, okay? Which is the correct way to write sentence 7? All right, looks like there's more quotation marks. Let's go ahead and look at it. I'll also send those shoes Dave left here last summer, Mom said. What's it missing? It starts with some quotation marks, but it's not ending with quotation marks. And then what did we notice in this one? Instead of a period, what did they put? They put a comma. So let's see which choice that would be. Which one of these? A, B, or C? We know it's not C. We know it wasn't correct. So A or B, which one would look like the one we just fixed? A. All right, last one. Which word correctly completes sentence 8? We've got big, bigger, biggest. All right, let's plug it in. Ready? Dave's feet are probably big than they were. bigger than they were, or biggest? Which one makes the most sense? Bigger. All right, that is it today. High five. Give me your best ninja hiya on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hiya! Nice job, ninjas. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.